What's good, y'all? I'm Monet, and I always got something to say. Today, I have a very, very, very special guest here to help me ask some questions. Brooklyn.
Hi, guys. It's the Queen.
And Brooklyn got something to say. Brooklyn, what you got to say to the folks? How was your day?
Good.
Tell them a little bit about yourself.
See me, I'm her younger sister. I like being her younger sister because I'm always with her every single weekend. And if you know something about me, it's that I like to cook and I like to do nails.
She likes to cook. She likes to do nails. What grade are you in?
6th grade.
Okay, and can you tell us a little bit about like how different it looks like? Because you've been on campus with me a little bit now, and we have Josiah here, y'all. We're not gonna forget. We have one of the biggest Eagles there is to ever be. Mr. Josiah is here with us today. He's tuning in via Bluetooth because we will virtual and bougie with it. All right. But Brooklyn, tell us a little bit about like the difference in how it looks being in the hallways and then imagining seeing people like walking from class to class, but actually outside from building to building.
Yeah, I went into the senior building, and it's more different than the freshman building. The senior building is more like old.
What do you mean the senior building?
Like
what building are we talking about? The older building I showed you?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's talking about E Block.
Yes.
E Block. She's talking about E Block. E Block.
And then let's take Lawson.
But freshmen stay in E Block. It's real ratchet, and freshmen stay in E Block. Austin is the more senior dorms and the nicer dorms.
Yeah. One of our sisters stays in what?
Lawson.
Yeah, Lawson. That's one of the newer.
The newer dorms. One of the newer dorms North Carolina Central has.
Yeah, it's more nicer. It's more modern day.
Yeah.
It's more bougie.
Yeah, more bougie. Okay, so Brooke know a little bit about the dorms. And how old are you?
12.
12, and she's a future Eagle. But I only say that wherever you want to go, I support. I just
it's here. Don't gotta worry.
Okay, just making sure. All right. Now we're going to introduce the biggest of the biggest. Mr. Josiah, how are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm doing swell, man. Can't complain.
That's what's up, man. Listen, I won't go and tell him, but like I said again, I'm sorry. Y'all, I done messed up. I won't even recording, and we over here talking, have a good conversation, and it ain't even on. I'm sorry about that, Mr. Josiah.
Oh, you're good. I understand the social. It'd be rough. Trust me, I understand. Stream myself and be hard.
So we got to go back. Now let's go back. I forgot to ask, where are you from?
I'm from Baltimore, Maryland.
Baltimore. We got Baltimore in the building.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the area code?
410.
410. So repping the 410 right now. Okay. So tell us a little bit about like being from Baltimore and kind of like how you grew up and how that shaped you.
I definitely say it came with a lot of perseverance. A lot about having a family in a village, being raised by my mother, my father, my grandmother, my great grandmothers. Just had a lot of family impact upon me, and just having everybody, pushing me and motivating me to go to college, go to school, just chase my dreams and my aspirations.
I love the fact that you said that you were raised by a village, because that's exactly how we were raised, in my opinion. Like, not only did we have our great grandmother, but we had our great great grandmother in the house. So
that's wonderful.
Yeah, and so I've like my godparents, my cousins, like we were raised in a village, and it took a village for 3 girls. It took a village, so I can definitely not compare, but like what's the word? What is the word?
Relate.
Yes, thank you for giving me vocab. Sometimes it's slow. I can relate to you in that way. So now that we're diving into being raised by a village, because we have a lot of Eagles, or a lot of people in general, that are either raised in single family households, raised by their mother and their father, but don't have outside family. Maybe their grandparents died when they were younger. So like, can you talk about the difference between being raised in a village versus like having a friend or having a family member that had a different upbringing than you?
I'd say definitely a support group back at home would be a big difference. I have some friends on campus that were raised majority by a single family home, and with them, they didn't have as much support besides like us on campus who was really making sure they were good, checking up on them. Wasn't really many people from back home calling in. But with me, family was always calling. Sometimes I didn't pick up, which was on my behalf,
Yeah.
but they were always calling me, checking to make sure I'm good, making sure they came to visit me anytime they could. Anytime they were passing by, they came to say hey. So I always had some type of support back at home. Always knew that if I wanted to go home, it was never a problem. I always got a good meal when it came down to it, of course.
Yeah. Listen, that's the number one thing about back home, and I think Brooklyn can agree. The home cooked meals. I couldn't okay. So my freshman year, like I'm eating out every day. And so getting to go back home, I'm from Sanford, North Carolina, so it's like an hour and some change away from Durham. If you take the back road, you take the toll road, probably like 50 minutes. But I go back for a home cooked meal. Like that's the biggest thing. But going back to you saying the support system, it for me the definition of that is your anchors. Like your family is your anchors in life when it comes to like just your spiritual anchors, like help realign you whenever you've fallen off or help keep you in check or just be that support and be that love and that backbone for you. That's what I call your anchors.
Yeah.
So do you have any anchors at school? I know earlier you mentioned that you and your best friend enrolled in North Carolina Central together.
Yeah.
Do you have any other anchors at school? Have you found kind of a village at school?
Yeah, all my friends were definitely my anchor. They definitely made sure, like, support-wise, like, with the content creation I was doing, any events that were happening on campus, any events that were happening around in the community, they were sending my way. For sure, when it came to schoolwork, all their GPAs, they were like 3.7s and above. So, like, anytime they saw me struggling a little bit on assignment, they would make sure I tried, like, point me where to go get help.
Yeah.
And, or they would sit there if it was like something they were really good at, they would help me with it. Like, my friend definitely was helping me with math. Like, math, I kind of struggled with a little bit, especially like geometry.
Yeah.
So he was always like helping me with math and stuff. So I will go to it sometimes, majority of the time it was him and was helping me out.
That's what's up, man. I actually love to hear that, like, young black men come together, like, in congregation for progression. You know what I'm saying? To help each other in academic ways and also, like, around you as you grow into be in your manhood. You know, I feel like having a group of young men around who have progressive mindsets and who want to go forward, that's what rounds being a man to me. Instead of, you know, sometimes we have big boys walking around and, you know, so it's nice to have a group of young men who are like, okay, let's do this thing and let's be progressive and let's foster something. You mentioned content creation. Can we talk about that? What do you do as far as content? I've done my research on you, but I want you to tell the folks.
I do Twitch streaming and YouTube, but mainly I'm a Twitch streamer. That's what I like to do. I find a lot of joy in that. Making the connections, having like live interaction with people. I would say Twitch streaming definitely has helped me network a lot and like really hone my skills in like talking to others.
Okay.
Yeah, social.
Brooklyn, do you watch Twitch?
Yeah.
So how does, because he said he does Twitch streaming. So how has like the Twitch impacted your generation? Like, what are you guys really into it, or is it more TikTok than Twitch, or like what is Twitch for you guys?
Okay, so basically, let's take Rakai, like, for example. He just does entertainment. He doesn't do things like in real life. See, like, it's just like he's aura farming. What is it? Aura farming is where you do something and you get aura for it.
Oh, aura farming. Have you heard of this term?
Yeah, I heard this term a lot. Yeah.
Okay. This is new for me.
And he does crazy things online, and it gets clipped and it gets put on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all types of stuff. It gets clipped and it gets put on there. Okay,
so that's the aura farm. Okay, so what impact does it have on your generation? Like,
it just encourages us to do dumb things.
At least she's honest.
See, me, I wouldn't do things like that. But you have other kids outside of me that don't know any better and will do things like that. Like, he pours water on people when they're sleeping. That could cause them to go into a stroke while they're sleeping.
I ain't gonna lie though. I did that to you. Like, I remember doing that to you. I literally have a video in my old iCloud. She was like, 8 or something like that. I was in high school and she was asleep peacefully. And I just, and she was mad, bro. Like, she was mad. You don't think a kid get that mad, but she was mad. So I think you're projecting. You just like people pouring water on you. Okay, so you think Twitch is kind of like a
sometimes it could be educational and sometimes it could be stupid. Okay.
All right, so sometimes a distraction, sometimes you can learn from it. So do you do entertainment purposes or what type of Twitch?
I tend to do it all. I try to do it all. I don't like to put myself in a box per se. Like, of course, I have my own niche that I really do, which is like more of like the gaming side. So I'll talk about games, do gameplay, stuff like that.
Okay.
So I try to do it all. So recently I've been more like the music industry and showing people like what it's like to be behind the scenes of the music industry, what it takes to be an artist, what a drive looks like, what the hustle, what the work looks like behind scenes.
I think that's really good and progressive that you're doing that, because what especially a lot of young artists don't understand is the backside of it. What they see is I need a show, it's finna be popping at the parties, but it's some hustling you gotta get people to listen to you. And it's some hustling that goes into this. It's production that goes into this. It's a team, One of the most important things, because over the summer, I was helping build up a studio called Studio D. And I did a lot of it on my own. Which I gained a lot of experience from it. But one of the main things I learned from that and from doing podcasting by myself is you need a team when you do this thing. You feel what I'm saying? And that goes to the music industry. As an artist, you need a team. Because going into it by yourself, you don't have all the intellect of all the areas of management. You need a producer. Like, maybe you don't know how to make beats or something like that. Like, it's more than just rapping. You need a mix. You need to master it. You need all types of stuff. You need to know how to distribute it. The difference between a record deal and a distro deal, like, all that is very important. So it's like very productive that you're doing that, because a lot of young artists don't get that. They just want to put it out on Apple Music and think putting it out on Apple Music is making it. That is big. But at the same time, it's more common now. It's more common now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to have a team in order to focus on the monetization that goes into making money from music.
Yeah.
So we talked about you enrolled into North Carolina Central with your best friend. Now, what is your major?
Accounting.
Accounting. You good with numbers. Wait, you had to take geography?
When it comes to money.
Yes, because financial literacy is a huge thing for me.
Yeah.
Like, overly. Like, I really want Brooklyn to learn right now. Like, let's learn the 80-20 rule or whatever type of savings rule. Let's go ahead and start learning not to use a whole check to do whatever. Like, my parents always had it in my ear. But, like, I wish at 18... I would have took heed to some of that advice, because I would be well off, because I had a lot of opportunities to be well off and I blew it.
Yeah.
Especially with these refund checks.
I started working at I started working at like a younger age, like 15. And I'm listening to my mom say that the money I had, I probably have like a car now, enough money to go and get an apartment, stuff like that.
Yeah, man. Like, I swear, like at 16, I was probably getting like 15 hours every 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying? You get paid every 2 weeks. So you probably what you seeing like $200 max is your chicks, you know what I'm saying? So I'm buying every Jordan that come out. Whenever the Jordans come out and get paid, like what? I'm the freshest in the school, you
Jordans,
know?
I'm getting games, clothes. I'm buying all the things I don't need to be buying.
You feel me? And my dad like, nah, like at least save half. Like, you don't have no bills. I'm like, I got my phone bill. He like, all right, but you ain't got no other bills. Like, and I grew up at my mom's house, so like it was me, my mom, my sisters, and for a short stint of time, a guy she used to date. But man, I wish I would listen to my dad, bro. I really did. My mom told me the same thing, because like even thinking about these refund checks, that's really big. I'm glad that you're in accounting. Maybe you could tell the Eagles how to manage their finances, but literally, like, imagine you getting like a $3,000 refund check. You like, oh yeah, like you going straight to South Point Mall. Every Eagle goes straight to South Point Mall.
Yeah, everybody getting their tattoos.
Yeah, tatted up. We got some tattoo artists on campus now. My freshman year,
Yeah.
we did not have that. We didn't have that. We didn't have that. But like blown, like okay. So imagine getting a $3,000 check twice a year for 3-4 years. You feel me? It's like 12,000 right there. Like to me, like yes, I took care of what I was supposed to do. My credit card debt. I always took care of my bills. But I had extra fund. But I'm like, dang, what if you didn't have that extra fund? Like my car could be paid off, and I could. You feel me? You feel me? Just be in a more comfortable situation. So that's why I'm so heavy on financial literacy. Like, yes, you can have money all day long, but what are you gonna do with it? You're gonna blow it if you don't manage it. So what about accounting? Like, what made you choose accounting?
Growing up, I definitely was living comfortably, but like it still, of course, wasn't like the American dream comfortable of not having to worry about bills, not having to worry about, you know, can I make this trip? Can I not make this trip and stuff like that? So just growing up in kind of like that type of environment where I'm not like worrying too much about when the lights turning off, water might cut off, but like, sometimes not be able to go out to eat, not be able to have, some of my friends may have, kind of just gave me that drive. Like, I want to learn, like, how can I have this, like, early on?
Yeah.
That way later in life, just like I can vacation, I can travel, I can see the world for kind of like what it is.
That's what's up, man. That's big. I grew up the same way. Like I don't want to worry about having to make ends meet. Like I don't even want to see the ends. Like I want to be comfortable enough to where my ends are good and tied up, and I got a plan F. Not only a plan B, but a plan F. Like so, I can relate to you in that way. Like you always want to have a plan, and so accounting is your plan. Like this is my plan to educate myself on money, and not only educate myself, but I'm gonna educate myself and make it out in this way. I respect that. I respect that as an eagle. So because you have to understand, like accounting is a serious major. So for someone that has a major of accounting and does content, you are a versatile type of person. You're a versatile type of eagle, which is very, very interesting, and it's a pro about you. So how do the two tie into each other?
I try to use my like what I learned and share it to the best of my knowledge. Like, I wanted to start doing segments on like, hey, instead of getting a regular bank account, get this type of account. Instead of start talking about maybe the lessons that I'm learning and share with those that may not be knowing, might be getting these lessons, might not be learning some things back at home.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, for sure. For sure. How can I take this and use it and implement it into what I'm doing and get it out to my generation and whatever your algorithm is? Like, that's my definition of being a vessel, because what you're giving out is you're giving out education on the opposite of poverty. Like, to me, poverty is sin. Like, people being hungry while there's a million rich people in the world, or people starving and not having homes when there's people who have millions and billions of dollars to me is a sin. And so people who are vessels on the earth, who go out in the earth and spread awareness about financial literacy and let's do the opposite of poverty and go ahead and do it young, that to me is doing God's work, to be honest.
I try. I definitely try.
So what is, if you don't mind me asking, if we can dive into being transparent, if you do have a relationship with God, where do you stand with him right now? Like what season does he have you in, and how is that shaping your plans of what you wanted versus kind of what he wants you to do?
I definitely say he has me in a season of like, trying to plant seeds and work, trying to like grow myself a little more. That way I can grow into helping others in a more like efficient way and in a better way than I usually do.
Okay.
So I definitely say he has me, gaining more knowledge, definitely giving me more opportunities that I definitely didn't have before, or giving me opportunities I had before, but in like a bigger prospect way where it's not going to just help me, but it's going to help those that are around me as well.
Okay. That's good.
I think definitely has given me a more motivation as well too. Like you definitely like put a few under my fire for sure.
That's what's up, man. I love the fact that you said that. I like. You said before you said that last sentence. What was the sentence before that?
But not just being opportunity for myself, but it for others.
Yes, because you say like you're in a season of growing, like you're sowing seeds and you're growing your intellect as you're doing that, and because like when you sow seeds, you will reap as well, and so I love the fact that you're saying like right now I'm just in the season of sowing, like I'm in the season of sowing anything I've learned, like because one of the things that is most common for Christians, what we like to say is you're accountable for the word that you hear. So like if you're, well, maybe this is a question. How do you mix the word as in like, how do you mix, and if you do, maybe you don't, but how do you mix the word as in giving the good news, talking about the word, talking about God, with getting out the message about financial literacy and how it dives into accounting? How do you tie the three together?
Usually in my videos, like my new thing in my vlogs, I definitely pray before every vlog. And I pray before any adventure. Me and my best friend, he showed me a thing. He was like, look, man, what I started doing just anytime you wake up, just pray. Like God just leads you throughout the whole day. And even when he was doing that, the opportunities that we got, and like one opportunity we got, he woke up, we both prayed like God just put us in the space where we need to be. We ended up in Chapel Hill meeting Big West that very day.
Word up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he had to interview Big West. We both got to connect with him. So now we're just working on getting to Atlanta to collab with him.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations.
Hey.
Definitely praying before you go. Man, listen. Praying before you step into any door is the most important thing. I always like to say I pray before anything. I pray before I walk out my car, especially here at Central, because you can get towed. So I pray protection. I pray protection over my car. I pray over everything before any door. And like on the way to the studio, I pray like God give me the tongue. Even if I have a certain direction, like we're supposed to be talking about like your career path and your direction as Eagle, but it's okay. Like however it flow, and not always. My intention is to make it flow and to because God got to get the glory out of this. And like it took a long time for me to get where I'm at. And I'm not saying I'm not who I am, but I'm not there yet. But yeah. I can my growth. It took a long time for me to get where I'm at. If I was to podcast 4 years ago, you wouldn't listen to me because Monet didn't have nothing to say. You can't listen to a person that's ignorant. And so him growing my intellect to understand and be able to understand how I relate to people and to give God the glory in it while I'm doing it. That's the point. I went through so much in life. I went through all my experiences. I went through my trauma in life, and God still gets the glory out of it. Me podcasting and me talking about God is him getting the glory out of my situation. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you went through it, but you gave God the glory while you was going through it and after it. He's getting glory from whatever situation that you're in. You feel me? And so, I think it's important us as Eagles to foster an environment that is love, because in the Bible, love is patient, love is kind. So I think it's important for us to foster that type of environment and an environment for progression. Because speaking of Twitch, we had a Twitch incident at the school, and it fostered an environment of bullying and hate. And that's an environment that the devil thrives in. And then, unfortunately, after that, we had an Eagle that passed away this past week. And so I think it's very important right now, especially to just keep speaking the awareness to not bring another Eagle down, but to bring another Eagle up, because it may not be that the person who is that went on Twitch talked about the specific fallen Eagle, but that fostered an environment of bullying and an environment of hate. And the devil thrives in environments like that, and bad like things like tragedy happen when atmospheres like that are fostered. So I'm trying to realign the atmosphere. I have to, because suicide is something that is very, very, and I know I have my little sister on here. I know I have Brooklyn on here, but they like mental health awareness needs to be normal for them too. At the age of 12, whether you're in middle school, whether you're in elementary school, mental health awareness needs to be fostered as early as possible, because you have to understand, in order for you to understand where you're at in life, you have to understand your mental. Like where am I at my headspace? And it's important to understand that early, because that's why kids act out, because they don't understand how they feel. They don't understand what's going on. So a thing like having thoughts of self-harm are things that are just, it's just a no-no for me, because I it's just a no-no for me. And so I want to realign the atmosphere. And so that's another point of calling all eagles. Like, let's foster an atmosphere like that Dr. Shepard really wanted: truth and service. Like, truth as in your testimony, service as in telling your testimony to other eagles, to foster that sense of mentorship and progression, and like really encourage someone. Like, dang, like he's doing accounting and content. Okay, I can be a business major and do content. I can be a political science major and do content. Like, just inspire people to be creative and get that degree. Like, be creative but get that degree. Like, if you already in pursuance, finish that degree. That's very important to me. And I think I'm talking to myself because I graduate in May. So I'm really talking to myself. Like
Wonderful. Yeah, that's wonderful though.
I appreciate that.
Congratulations.
Thank you. You ever had a graduation blues?
I haven't.
My friend introduced me to that term last year, and I was so baffled. I'm like, why are you not excited that you graduate? And she's just like, oh, it's just life after. Like, what does life look like after graduation? And, like, I want to leave you off on that to linger, because I want to ask Brooklyn. Brooklyn, for you, like, you're in middle school, right? So how do you even imagine what life looks like after school, like that early? Is that a thought for you?
Yeah.
Come closer to the mic.
Yeah, because I already know what I want to do.
Oh, girl, what you want to do? She got a plan.
I think I'm going to be a lawyer or a judge.
A lawyer or a judge. Okay, so you're going to go to law school.
That's right.
Or if that don't work, my second option is cosmetology school.
Cosmetology school, okay. So she wants to be a stylist and a lawyer. So if she's defense attorney, if your hair messed up, she going to hook you up and talk about your case at the same time. And, Brooklyn got you. Okay, so you do understand, like, you're comfortable with the sense of school. Okay, school doesn't have to be the main factor in my life.
Yeah.
Why?
Because school is just a hard time for middle schoolers right now, because we're finding who we want to be right now. We're finding out what we want to be and what type of group we want to be with. Like, we're finding ourselves, finding your environment.
Okay, so right now, like, y'all are in discovery mode. Yeah, they just got out of elementary, so like you never remember how it was for us. Like, middle school is a whole new world for me. Like, I can tell you, I was anything but perfect in middle school. No cap. Not that I was not a good academic student. I did my work. I know I do my work. Like, I'm smart, but as far as like wanting to be in the crowd or wanting to be accepted, that was me. I wasn't the leader. I was the follower. In middle school, I was the one over here trying to cuss, don't even know how to cuss, putting the M's where the F's is supposed to be, all types. Like, that was me. Or fighting on the bus, like, things like that. Oh, yeah, sister, yeah, I did that. Yeah, I did that. That's why when I tell you stop tweaking or whatever, it's because I went from that to learn how to be content, learn how to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love to tell people the nasty parts about what I used to be. Because they'll be like, what? You so nice. You so respectful. Yeah, like, that's a compliment. Like, oh, you so soft-spoken. Girl, I was hell at one point in time. Like, you know what I'm saying? I love telling the nasty parts of me, because it humanizes me. Like, I'm not a goody two-shoes, man. I done some stuff. Like, I done done some stuff. I can tell some stories. I got my sister with me, so I'm trying to be like, okay, what do I tell? What do I say? Like, but if I can be transparent with my podcast, I can be transparent where I can tell you, I'm going to tell a story of, like, coming up, like, a part of me being immature, and then in my adulthood, looking back and reflecting on my immatureness around their age and how I've grown from it from there. Just to kind of give her a perspective on like you can grow at the age of 12 if you want. And then I want you to do the same. And I'm actually gonna flip the camera to her whenever you do your story, okay? Okay, so what grade you want me to do? 6th, 7th, or 8th? Come close to the mic.
Do the grade that I'm in, so 6.
6th grade, a story from the 6th grade. Letting people influence me, end up fighting a boy. Okay, so he's riding the bus and actually had a crush on this boy. His name is Jeremiah.
Yuck.
And yuck, the thought of me having, I had boyfriends before. Oh, I was that girl.
Oh, I know. I
was
of them
that girl.
Too.
Still am that girl. he laughing. You know, I'm mad that you driving. Yeah. I am mad that you driving.
I'm not driving. I go pick up my grandma driving. She's right next to me.
Oh, because I seen the car move. My eyes lit up. You can't see because I got my glasses on. I was going to say something to you after. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, cool. Just trying to keep your safety. But, okay. I was in the 6th grade. I went to Highland Middle School, and we had just moved to Harnett County. So this is me going from year-round school. I went to year-round school and elementary school. It was predominantly white. To my mom moving to Harnett County in a double-wide neighborhood. Everybody renting out double-wides. So you know that type of neighborhood.
This is when I was in, like, kindergarten?
No, this is, like, your baby. Like, this is, like, like you're like 2, 3.
So daycare.
No, not daycare. You ain't go to daycare. Like that. Yeah. But all right, let's say like 3, 4. Let's say 3, 4. But you definitely have not made it into any type of preschool, elementary yet. So I was in 6th grade going to Highland Middle School. So my demographic has changed now to where I'm more around people who everybody is like my cousins, but we're not related. For a better word. So we all acting ratchet. You feel what I'm saying? And I chose to adapt to the environment instead of stay true to myself and stay different because I really am the type of student who's in the front of the class and can be the top of the class, but I'm too worried about being accepted at this point in time. So start off middle school, I start doing the cussing, start wanting to be in the crowd, and we riding the bus one day. And everybody, like I said, I like the guy. So everybody everybody picking with him. I start tapping his shoulder. I started nudging his shoulder. I just keep hitting him. Because my way of showing affection, even in elementary school, was physical, but not gentle physical. I didn't really understand how to make friends. So I would hit or tackle people, like, for real, in real life. And I've had to reflect on why. Like, why? Why were you doing that? Because, I started doing that at 6, 7 years old. So I'm like, okay, that's a thing to reflect, but that's a story for another time. So I was hitting him. And he was like, stop hitting me. And I did it one more good time. I think I had smacked him no. Somebody else had smacked him in the back of the head one good time. I had been hitting him the whole time. But somebody else, his name is Maurice. Somebody else smacked him in the back of the head one good time. Jeremiah stood up and he punched me straight in the face. Straight in the eye. And everybody's in the 6th grade on the back of the bus because I kept hitting him. He told me to stop. Somebody else egged it on, trying to be funny. He got up and hit me, and I was stunned because we raised boys don't hit girls. So no matter how much I hit you, I'm like,
Did you hit him back?
No, I was stunned at that point in time. That I was stunned, right? I go home, I'm crying. I'm like, Mama, the boy punched me. Now she said, what did you do? I said, nothing. He's a boy. She said, what? You did nothing? Oh, when you get on that bus in the morning, you're going to defend yourself. I was like, okay. I was preparing myself. I was talking to myself in my room. Everything, talking to myself with me. Like, we finna do. How I'm finna do this? Finna come up with a plan. Like, how I'm finna do this? Like, I'm finna come up behind them, or who gonna go? I don't know if he gonna be on the bus that day. Like, I don't know, just going through the motions. Listen, I got on the bus. That morning, my mama walked on with me. She was talking to the bus driver to distract the bus driver. I got on the bus. I sat in the seat behind him, walked behind him. I put the hoodie over his head. I punched him in the face, and I just started rocking him. Then he got up. He slammed me on the seat, and I started rocking him again, and I broke his glasses, and then he started crying, and that was that. So I think I won that fight. I like to say I won that fight. No, I'm playing. No, that's some kid stuff. But but that came from that bad situation came from me being influenced by wanting to be in the crowd, by wanting to be the clown, think everything funny. Brooklyn, you got it. What is you on your phone? This is not podcast etiquette. No, you're fired. No.
Hold on, I'm texting my cheer group because they want me to come to practice, but I'm not coming today.
Okay, well, you can do that later. You in the podcast. This is called professionalism. Thank you, honey. So he's cracking up over here. So I just say that to say by following the crowd, I made a bad decision, and I actually really like the person, and I made a bad decision by wanting to be accepted. But the whole time, that's not even me. That's not my character. I'm actually a person who doesn't like confrontation.
Question. So, what did the outcome like? What good did come out of this? Hitting him, fighting the boy. What came good out of
nothing? I ain't no get suspended after they rolled the cameras too.
Exactly. So only thing that happened was bad.
Right.
So sometimes do you look back and wonder, why did I do these things?
Yeah, I just told you to be accepted. I look back, but what's ironic now is like I'm a leader now. I'm a solid, like I'm a person who like to be by myself. I don't like to be in groups. I don't even like group photos. Not that unless it's family. But if it's like, nah, if it ain't family, I'm probably not want to do it. Or like if I'm not doing something for Central, if I'm doing it for Central, everybody, I love Eagles. We can all fly our feathers. But other than that, like we out in the club, you want to take group? No, I don't want to take no group picture. I just don't like it. So it's ironic, and this is how I've grown now. I was 12 back then. 10 years later, I'm 22. So 12 wanting to be a follower. Now 12 wanting to be a follower. Right at 22, I'm a leader and not looking down on nobody or anything like that. But the people I wanted to follow behind are still
immature
and are still in the places that we lived when we were 12. And I'm not looking down on anybody. I'm just saying, when you're stagnant in the group, when you're stagnant and wanting to be accepted, when you're stagnant in the image, you're stagnant for real. You know what I'm saying? When you are a person who is a progressive person at heart, the devil gonna send some obstacles your way very early at an early age. You get tests and trials all throughout life. Trust and believe me. And so now I know that, okay, having the issue of identifying who I am for myself and the issue of self-love, I haven't had self-esteem. I didn't have self-esteem until I was 21. So that's another thing. You said, why did I do it? Why did I punch him to be accepted? I didn't love myself. So entertaining other people, that was enough for me. Being accepted by other people, that was love for me, right? But at 21, understanding and grasping the concept of God loves me unconditionally, there's no way I can't love myself unconditionally. Like, that's what I grasped. So that's why I changed. That's how I changed. Like, I couldn't have changed without God. I had to be brought down to my knees first and foremost. He had to show me who he was overly. And then I got to grasp the concepts of love and how he loves me. Then I understand how to love myself. So I know I don't want to be accepted by the world. So then we go, getting to be mature a little bit. So let's talk about mature words. So what I was doing back then, in adulthood, it's called being accepted by the world. You want the world to accept you and congratulate you. And like you're doing content, you want the world to like it. You know what I mean? But being a leader, whoever gets the word, gets the word. I did what God asked me to do. It is what it is. That's my life. I don't want to be accepted. I don't care. Jesus accepts me. Y'all can accept me when it comes to the opens the gates of heaven. I love you, Brooklyn, but you cannot tell me to come on because we two different folks. So you following behind your friends or him following behind his friends, me following behind some friends, a professor following behind another professor, they can't help you come judgment day. You can make decisions with people all day long. Come judgment day, it's about your decisions, what you did. Feel me? So that's how I've matured from punching people for no reason. So I'm about to flip the camera, and he's gonna tell you.
I should have went first, man. This was more solid than me.
Nah, man.
I didn't do too much as a kid. I got like one fight in my life.
Oh man, so you
that was because he tried me. He was playing with me.
Oh, so you a little bit more demure than me. Let me see you get away about him.
Yeah. Honestly, my crazy story was like elementary school, really. And I will say, like early on in life, I didn't have a problem. I was cool with everybody. Like I never really had problems with people because I just was like such like a laid back, always happy-go-lucky type kid. So like my problems with people never really like occurred. I wouldn't really say I follow the crowd. Yeah, like I was cool with all types of like, even like back in my elementary school, everybody had like a group. Like, everybody was clicked up. So like, it was the athletes with the athletes, the nerds with nerds, cheerleaders with cheerleaders. I made sure I was cool with everybody because I was like, yo, I don't want nobody to be alone. I just didn't like seeing people alone. So if somebody was sitting by themselves, I wanted to do it out of my way to sit with them because it was like, yo, why we in a big school with like a bunch of people? Why are you by yourself? Why are you not talking to nobody? So I just made sure I went on my way to do that. And then on top of my mom was like super paranoid of like school shootings. So she was telling me like, look, make sure you're cool to everybody because something happens, you're at least likely to get hurt. So
That's
I always had it in the back of my mind too.
What? How was it?
Like, everybody got their own clique. See, me, I don't care for some people, but I still have respect for them. And out of respect, I stay in my lane.
Facts, though. Facts. But let him get back to the
story would probably be with my cousin because I went to school with I always went to school with family. Like every single other, I've always went to school with family. Even in Central, I found out I had a cousin there. Didn't even know that until I got there. So my crazy story with my cousin, and like she had a situation with a boy, and I ain't really gonna put her out there like that. But she had a situation with a boy, and instead of being like a good like big cousin who actually like made sure she was cool in the school and made all her friends, I started crying on her. I'm not gonna lie. And because I'm her cousin and like I know her more personally, she of course snitched on me. So I'm like, yo, how everybody else not gonna be in trouble, but I am.
Right.
And not thinking from like a family standpoint, like we're family. Like I gotta ride with you no matter what, wrong or right. Even if you're wrong, stand with you there in public. But then behind closed doors, like yo, you low key was wrong. You might apologize.
Yeah.
So I started clowning on her, and of course she told the teacher. So when the teacher called me out of class, I'm thinking like, yo, what did I do? So I see my cousin. I'm like, yo, I messed up. So I know my mom's still in place. So I'm already thinking like, yo, how am I gonna get my way out of this? So I started apologizing to her. We were walking back to the teacher's office and whatnot.
Yeah,
and so we got back there. Yeah, dude, the whole 9 yards. I'm begging and pleading, and I'm saying a lot so the teacher can hear me because she's in front of us. So I'm saying a lot so the teacher can hear me. So maybe the teacher might let me off the hook because she can see I'm apologetic and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the teacher wasn't going for that. She was like, look, I heard you trying to apologize. You still did what you did. Now you can't do that. This can go two ways right now. Since you try to apologize already, look, if you could write a heartfelt letter, show me, have it signed by your parents, and bring it to her tomorrow, I'll let you off the hook. Or we can just make the phone call. I said, look, we can do the parent signing off the rip. And I'm saying that because I know my mother's signature by heart. I'm finna forge that joint.
Oh.
I ain't gonna lie. I was finna forge it. And so I'm writing the letter late at night when my mom sleep, or when she was taking a nap because I was going to my dad's house.
Yeah.
For the weekend, and she comes to the back. I hurry up, scrap the letter, try to hide it, bundle up, throw it in the trash, and she saw me hustling from the trash can. She's like, "You good?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm ready to leave for dad's house." So she drops me off. She goes back to the house. Me and my dad, we playing with this new toy he got me. So I'm all happy. I'm like, I got a new toy. I'm not about to get in trouble. I'm so good.
Yeah.
I get a phone call from my mom. It's like 11 at night. I'm like, why is she calling me 11 at night? This is out the random. She's never called me 11 at night when I'm at my dad's house.
Okay.
So she called me and was like, I was taking out your trash, and I see there's a letter here. Why are you apologizing to your cousin? Like, oh,
he caught.
She caught me. So I'm talking, I put the letter deep in the trash. I put it so far in the trash, I'm like, you would have had to dig out. So I think I personally think she dug in the trash, to see what I was doing.
Yeah, I don't know why parents are so nosy digging the trash.
So No, I'm like, man, I'm just gonna come clean. I'm like, if I try, I'm not. There's no way I can. She was like, don't even. Because she told me, she's like, don't even try to lie. So I'll call Mr. Dante, which is my cousin's dad's name, right now, and we'll have Yasmin explain the situation.
Okay.
I'm like, bro, I don't know. At this point, I don't even know if she's gonna snitch on me or not. So I'm like, I can't have him knowing. I can't have my mom knowing. It's gonna be rats with both people. I was like, yeah, nah, that's just not a good look. So I was like, you know what? Cool. I came completely clean. So the whole situation, she was like, Josiah, why would you do that? I was like, well, she kind of was in the wrong. I saw everybody else calling her. I thought she was like, that's your family though. Like she knows you better than anybody else there.
Facts.
You gotta be behind her no matter what.
Yeah.
And talk to her afterwards.
Yep.
And I was like, man, like, you're right. I couldn't even say I guess. And I was like, you're right.
Yeah.
Because usually I hit it with I guess, you know. And I was like, nah, you're right. 100%. And I felt like so bad and so convicted. And then on top of that, she said, give your dad the phone.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I knew it was rap to me that night.
Yeah. Toy up all that.
Toy up. I got beat. I was like, yo, come on. He was like, you better not cry either. You know, that better not cry. Some of that heavy breathing and all that.
Yeah, I hate when they do that. Oh, you better not cry. I'm getting my tail. What was you talking about?
Like, I'm in pain. Like, what else am I supposed to do?
My mama said she used to put books in the back of her pants. My grandma had a extension cord waiting on her. Do you know that's really child abuse? Do you know our parents really went through some child abuse back in the day?
My parents went straight their hands. But what I got, my mother like, nah, we just gonna shoot a 30. And I couldn't fight back.
Oh, nah, yeah, nah. We ain't doing all that. See, I can't even say what I want to say right now. I can't even say, we ain't doing all that. Ain't nobody shooting a 30 with me. But at the same time, like, I mean, Lord, I guess I gotta be transparent. I mean, it's been times when my mama trying to, like, I done did something, my mama trying to whoop me, and I'm not having, like, I ain't trying to go for that. I ain't gonna lie. Like, once I got in middle school, I won't try and go for that.
I never tried to fight my mom. I was definitely bobbing and weaving for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to, like, defend myself on something.
I'm defending myself and all that.
I'm like, nah, you can't hit me like that. Like, I'm like, because that's how I be doing. You feel me? Like, you know. But still, you have to respect your elders, respect your parents, or your days will be shorter.
Yep.
No matter what.
Sure.
And parents have to respect their children as well, or the same instances for them. But we can't focus on what they do. We have to focus on what we do. So children, respect your parents, obey your parents for the Lord, which this is right. Honor thy father and thy mother, which your days will be promised. If you don't, days will be shortened. Ephesians 6.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And real parents won't do wrong, ever. Like, the advice my mom gave me to this day, I'm like, yo, she really schooled me. She really was schooling me. And if I peep game early, man, my life be so much different.
Yeah, but it's the fact that, like, I feel like that's everybody, though. Like, everybody tells stuff early. For me, it's like my godmom, like for as far as grammar, don't be or I don't be. That's not a real sentence. I don't do this or I haven't done this. She said that to me, like, growing up, like since 8, and I'm like, bro, like, why do I have to keep talking? Okay, she said talk right, but now in this college world, in this job field, I get it. You have to have proper grammar. You have to understand how to code switch. You have to have. So when I tell you, don't say I'll be like, that's because Aunt Murder told me, and it helped me out in the long run. So now maybe in an interview, I don't say, oh, I be, or I, you know what I'm saying, and I'm speaking properly and get the job. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just things. I just say that to say it's always been left in our head. Like them saying it young, it lingers in our head. And yes, unfortunately, sometimes you get it 10 years later. It just happens like that. So I'm glad that we both told our stories. And so to close out, what I want Brooklyn to do is tell us. She looking like that because she know I don't play about their schooling. So tell us a story about how you've done something out of immaturity in school and how you learned from it.
Yeah. This is pretty recent.
What? She's talking about it's recent.
Last month, it was this big thing with this girl. She was letting a boy influence her
We want all the details. You don't have to say their names, but what's the details?
Okay, we're going to call her Sally, and we're going to call him Jerry.
Sally and Jerry.
Okay, Sally was listening to Jerry and Sarah. Sally was listening to Jerry and Sarah. And Sally comes up to me and asks me, she tells me directly to my face. She says, I could beat you up with no problem. And I tell her, and if you put your hands on me, it's going to be a problem.
Okay. And so Sally is trying to tempt you into acting in a way that is hateful.
Yes. And she has tapped me on my shoulder before, but you know what I did? I went and told the teacher for the first time.
Good.
First time, I'm telling the teacher. Second time, I'm telling the teacher again. The third time, there won't be a third time.
Yeah, ain't no third time. Yeah. You do have to protect yourself, but also protect your academic integrity as a student.
And protect my peace.
Yeah, protect your peace. First and foremost, like your mental and your peace. Protect you. You are in control of you, yes. But at the same time, like going through situations in a Christ-like way. Galatians 6, like going through situations in a Christ-like way. Or even understanding, okay, if someone hastens you, meaning someone disrespects you or sins against you, you are worse. You are just as foolish as them and worse.
As if they, like, you said the same thing back. You hastening your tongue the same way.
Hastening your tongue the same way. So understand that God protects you first. He's your shield and buckler. Somebody say, I can beat you up with no problem. God is my shield and buckler. Girl, where? You know what I'm saying? Like, but just knowing that for yourself, God is my shield and buckler. That's how I want you to handle situations like that.
And then there's more to the story.
Okay, let me let you finish your story because I was talking too much. Sorry.
Yes. Okay. And she was like calling me fat, calling me ugly, talking about my clothes, talking about my hair, and I was saying the same things back. Yes, I did.
So you hasten your tongue?
Yes, I did, because she was making me mad. I was getting irritated, and it was happening every day.
Yes, because she's body shaming and bullying.
And it happened to a point where they had to switch one of my electives from with her because it kept happening, and I kept telling on her, and it was like, and from the stuff that happened.
Watch the mic. It's okay.
Last semester, they didn't believe me. They thought I was lying.
Right.
So
adults not listening.
Yeah, they're not listening to me, and they had to get other kids to explain that she has been doing this, and it's not just me. Mm. And she has said something that made me so irritated with her that I just walked out the room.
But would you like to share or no?
No. It was something about my parents, and I don't like when you talk about, and it was something about grandma.
Okay.
She was talking about grandma. She said, that's why your grandmother is dead 6 feet under the ground. That's why I'm smoking on your grandma.
And that is rude and disrespectful for a child to say. And, you know, for me, first and foremost, I'm sorry that you go through things like adults not listening to your voice. What's most important is your voice. And so right now, what I want to exemplify and give you the platform to do is use your voice in any way you want to. In any way you want to. Children have a voice too. Kids have feelings. These are what I like to call tiny adults. Kids have feelings. I remember being your age and my voice was suppressed as if what I didn't feel mattered. What you feel really matters in real life, in real time. It matters to me, and most importantly, it matters to God. What happens to children who have their voices suppressed is that they forget that God cares for me, because they start to feel like, dang, no adult even cares about my situation. They say go talk to the adults, but not even the adults care. How are they supposed to think God cares? You know, so understanding God cares for you in every situation you go through. When your feelings are hurt, his feelings get hurt too. It was never his intention for you to go through any traumatic events, any bullying, nothing like that. You're made beautifully in his light, so any body shaming is just not true. It's someone who has a spirit of destruction on them. That's unfortunately.
And what I think God is doing is he's like making me go through the fight so I can get ready for the war when I grow up.
Yeah, because you're going to go through tough situations growing up. And in a second, I want to dive into how you have constructed how you respond to situations from last month, like from that situation to now. But just in case you haven't, that's why we're having this dialogue. But
Like
hold on.
last week,
Okay.
this girl on my cheer team, she was hastening her tongue at me, and I'm way older than her. So you know what I did? I just sat there.
What you mean way older? You're 12. How old is she?
9.
9, 10, 11, 12. 3 years. Okay.
Way older than her.
Okay.
I just sat there and I was like, mm-hmm.
Yes, because you're like at that point, you have to understand you're her elder in that sense. You're the older person on the team, so you're supposed to be the one who mentors. Those are the elders, and so an elder hastening and a person that's of youth is really hasteful. You know what I mean? Because you're there to direct and help them navigate the path in a Christ-like way. So if they're being hasteful, just turn the other cheek. Do what Jesus would do. Turn the other cheek. I'm glad that you did that. I'm proud of you. I'm happy that you went from responding in haste to just giving no response at all. What I want you to do moving forward is to immediately pray in those situations. Call on God. People are hastening you. Call on God. Give God the glory in those. Hey, I got to turn the camera back because he gonna understand what I'm saying. She got to give God the glory in those situations. God is going to get the glory out of this. Like I was saying, I was going through so much in life, and I didn't have the intellect at that time, but the experiences I needed to learn from, I gained intellect from. So I went through trauma, but God got the glory out of this. And so the same for you. When you learn how to respond in a manner that is not hasteful, but that is Christ-like, you are the example for your generation to respond in a Christ-like way. At such a young age, understanding haste is a sin at such a young age. And God is going to get the glory out of all that bullying you going through, out of the body shaming that you going through, out of the people bashing and doing things to your parents, saying things about your parents, the adults not listening to you and not taking your voice seriously. God is going to get the glory out of that. Because what you are supposed to do and what I want you to do in those situations is call on God in those situations. God, they're not listening to me. Will you listen to me? He don't have a choice, girl. He already listening. You're talking to him. So if the adult's not listening, call on God. And then call me after, because then I'll listen. But call on God. When they're bullying, God, she's saying I'm fat, but you said I'm beautiful. Call on God. Give God the glory in those situations.
And what God did is made everybody perfect just the way he wanted them to make them.
Perfectly made in his image. In his image.
He made everybody as beautiful as he wanted them to be.
Yes. So someone speaking against that is sinful. When God made man as in human, he said this is good. He made the heavens and the earth. He said this is good. I'm a foundational Christian. And so what I do is I go back to the foundations of God. And not only do I try to understand how God loves us, but I try to, when I'm gaining relationship with him, I'm trying to understand him. Understand his process. Maybe God has feelings. Maybe God, I don't know, maybe God gets shady. Maybe he has a sense of humor. Like understanding God in totality is the type of Christian that I am and that I'm showcasing. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, God gets the glory out of the situation. So someone going against what God said is good, as in calling you ugly and speaking haste on you, is a direct sin against them, but you directly sin against yourself when you hasten your tongue back. God gets the glory out of you not giving a hasteful response. He gets the glory out of that because that's what you're supposed to do. So now they have an example of, okay, let me hold my tongue. Now you're giving the person who's hastening you an example of love just by holding your tongue. Maybe they've always had an example of somebody biting back at them, but you're going to be the only example of, I ain't even going to bite back. Maybe that's going to make them shut up. Maybe make them shut up, you know? If you hold your tongue, somebody arguing, they can argue by themselves. So I want you to work on, I'm not saying it's always on Brooklyn, like, dang, they keep doing wrong to me. Why I got to fix it? Why you asking me to fix something? They keep doing this. She's bullying me. You telling me to keep fixing myself for her? I know that sounds tough. But fortunately, that's what God asks us to do. Because Jesus had to do it.
Yeah, and I almost said something back, but I had to remember. I got saved.
Got saved last week, right? Got saved last week. So just having that remembrance, Jesus died for my sins. Let me do the best I can not to. And when I do, let me do the best I can to construct my flaws. Let me do the best I can to, Jesus, help me fix it. I mean, so to close out, I think we've had a lot of good lesson points, and we've learned a lot. We've learned a lot from the youth. She's giving me some vocab. What is it? What did you call, Mister? What did they be doing? The content creators be doing?
Got or farm.
Aura farming. She gave us vocab today. Aura farming. As a collective, all three of us. He needs to be on the camera. As a collective, all three of us have collectively came up with solutions. We talked about problems that we had and have come up with solutions to how we have constructed a flaw or constructed our morals, And so I think that Josiah is an amazing example as an Eagle. Not only is he an accounting major, he's good with the numbers, but he is using content to showcase what he is learning to his community because he's against poverty and he wants people to understand financial literacy. So he's a great advocate for financial literacy. He's a great advocate for Eagles. He's a great example of what it means to be a young black man in America. So Josiah, I just want to thank you and give you your flowers while you're here, man. Because, they love to give us our flowers when we old.
Sure.
Do you have anything you want to say to our fellow Eagles?
I like to say, hey, man, perseverance. Keep pushing, man. No matter what you're going through, somebody else is going through the same thing as you. There's a billion people on this earth. It's more than a billion people on earth. You're never going through something alone. You might not even know what somebody else is going through. Make some phone calls. Definitely, I would like everybody, call your friends, man. We got a lot going on, a lot of hate in the world right now, a lot going on inside our state, inside of other countries. It's a lot of hate going on in the world. Let's not add to it. Let's just add some positivity, man.
I appreciate that. Let's add some love to it. Brooklyn, do you have? What's your closing point? What you got to say to the Eagles? What you got to say to the folk?
Stay an Eagle. Don't switch. Number one. Make sure that you keep your mindset right, keep your peace right, and keep learning new things while you're in college. Because I'm not in college yet, but I still know how to learn stuff.
Yeah, you have the ability to learn. Yeah.
Well, that's it for me.
For me, like I said, I'm Monet, and I always got something to say. I have my very special, very, very, very special guest, the Queen, Brooklyn, in the house, and I have one of the biggest Eagles to ever Eagle, Mr. Josiah. We out. Peace. How did you know? You did it at the same time.